Prince Charles coming out with a strong statement about Christians under attack in the Middle East.
It seems to me that we cannot ignore the fact that Christians in the Middle East are increasingly being deliberately targeted by fundamentalist Islamist militants. Christianity was literally born in the Middle East, and we must not forget our Middle Eastern brothers and sisters in Christ.
Panel's back with me. How about that, Monica?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but good for Prince Charles for using his very powerful platform and voice to address this very serious issue that's happening across the Middle East and in other pockets of the world as well. This is a story that's really struggled to gain traction and coverage.
Why?
Certain people have covered it, I think largely because it's Christians who are being persecuted, and Christians really don't have a strong voice in the media, especially in the Western world. So I really applaud him for bringing attention to this. We have Coptic Christians, especially in Egypt, who are being persecuted. Their churches are being burned down. They're being tortured. They're being murdered. Yeah. It's happening in Iraq. It's happening all across the Middle East by way of certain aspects of jihad, genocide.
They don't even report it in Egypt reportedly anymore because they know the police are going to look the other way and possibly retaliate against them if they complain.
You know, Megan, as a double minority, I'm both gay and Jewish. I'm very sensitive to the plight of people who are persecuted for who they are or what they believe, particularly when it has a government stamp of approval. And I think it's interesting and important that we're talking about this right after the last story, because at the end of the day, discrimination, hate, persecution, prejudice all comes from the same place. That is ignorance, it's fear, and it's wrong, and we've got to speak out against it.
Okay, so if you're tying it into the last story, the way to, if you want to illuminate everyone or enlighten everyone, is to have the conversation proceed and go forward and try to get some intelligence in there. Now, I don't know how you do that in the Middle East, but where, you know, the freedom of speech is certainly not the, they don't have the luxuries that we have to speak freely.
Can we just round back, forgive me, the audience, but can we round back to the Duck Dynasty thing? Because I do want to ask you this. So as a gay man, Bernard, when you encounter somebody like Phil, who feels as he does, and let's presume he holds this belief genuinely, or honestly, right, because of his religion, how... And they don't believe in, you know, homosexual relationships. They don't believe in gay sexual relationships. How can he talk about that or express himself, you know, in a way that is not offensive for you?
I think that he can't hide behind the veil of Christianity or any religion and use that as a weapon to indict people, to condemn people.
Is it the language or is it the message?
I think it's first the belief, and I think it's the language. I think it's the message. I think it's the vehicle. I think
so.
It's
then are all fundamentalist Christians bigots?
No, I think it's a matter of first understanding what the true meaning of spirituality is, or Christianity is, or Judaism is, or Islam is, and that is love thy neighbor as thyself. And as Pope Francis recently said about gay people, who am I to judge? Clearly, the Duck Dynasty guy, Robertson, was judging. There's just no place for that in religion, I think.
But he's not the Pope.
Yeah.
You know, he's not the Pope.
Thank God.
Good point.
That's it.
We got to leave it at that.
Strong.
Great to see you.
Thanks.